Month after my mother passed away, my father brought his mistress home. I screamed and cried, grabbing a glass and hurling it at the woman and her daughter. The scheming mistress cried, but clutched her head and leaned against my father, saying she was fine. My father flew into a rage. For the first time ever, he yelled at me and told me to go back to my room. I couldn't take it anymore and ran away from home. My father was so angry his heart condition nearly flared up. If you leave, don't ever come back. But I still left. I didn't even take a single penny. I wanted him to regret cheating, to regret losing me and my mother. But after I left, I realized how brutal the real world actually was. I hadn't even finished high school. All I could do was manual labor and food delivery. $3,000 a month wasn't enough to rent a decent place. I had to share a cramped basement apartment with strangers. One night, rushing to make a delivery, I ran a red light and got hit by a truck. I died in an unclaimed body in the morgue, while my father was throwing a 1-month celebration for his new son at his mansion. He had a loving wife, a son and daughter, the perfect happy family, while I died alone on a freezing night. But then, when I opened my eyes again, I was back to the day that woman and her daughter first showed up. This time, I didn't cry or scream. I just secretly slipped my father a sterilization drug. The glass hit the mistress square on the head. She clutched her bleeding forehead and collapsed against my father. My father screamed at me, "Emma, have you lost your mind? Did everything I taught you go in one ear and out the other?" I froze for a moment, then realized I had been reborn. The mistress clung to my father's arm and said softly, "Richard, don't be so hard on her. She just lost her mother. It's normal for her to be upset." My father held her protectively and pointed at me. "Apologize to Victoria right now." Victoria's eyes glistened with tears as she quickly waved her hands. No, it's fine. I know Emma looks down on someone like me. Please don't fight because of me. I'll just leave." She turned and started dragging her suitcase toward the door. But then her daughter, Megan, suddenly burst into tears. "Mom, didn't you already give up our apartment? Are we going to be homeless again?" My father, who had been hesitating about whether to let them stay, suddenly made up his mind. He pointed to the master bedroom. "Stay. Victoria, from now on, you're the lady of this house." Then he pointed at me. "Emma, go to your room and think about what you've done." The mother and daughter kept their heads down, sobbing, but I could see the triumph hidden in their eyes. Scheming bitches. She knew exactly what she was getting into when she became his mistress. My mother wasn't even cold in her grave, and here they were, moving in. I didn't know what kind of act she was putting on. I clenched my fists, wanting to throw another glass. But when I looked up, my father's face was already red with fury. In my previous life, my pride couldn't handle my father yelling at me. I stormed out without taking anything, and all my jewelry and designer bags ended up with Megan. In the end, I died getting hit by a truck over a $3 delivery tip. A miserable death. This time, I would not make the same mistake. I relaxed my grip and pinched my thigh hard, forcing tears to well up in my eyes. "Dad, are you abandoning me?" My father, who had been furious just moments ago, paused. His tone softened slightly. "What nonsense are you talking about? You're my only daughter. How could I ever abandon you?" I pouted and pointed at Megan. "What about her? Isn't she here to be your daughter? Isn't she moving into our home?" My father said without thinking, "She's Victoria's daughter. If you don't like it, she can just call me Uncle Richard instead." Seeing their chance at the mansion slipping away, Victoria and Megan's faces stiffened. Megan put on her most pitiful expression. "Uncle Richard, does Emma not like me?" Victoria immediately jumped in. "Richard, are we making things difficult for you by being here? If Emma really doesn't want us, I won't force it. As long as I can be with you, anywhere is home." My father was instantly moved by this heartfelt declaration. He took a deep breath. "Emma, from now on, Victoria is like your mother, and Megan is like your sister. You need to treat them well."